Yes, I love you. Each day I think you. Hello, hello, hello there. I have some audio now. This is great. And welcome, welcome, welcome everyone to the Soul Reader. I'm your host, Anthony Cordova. I'm also the man about love because I truly do love all of you. I truly do. So it's great. It's great that I'm here, that you're here, that we're all here. This is just amazing. And I have to look at all your names sideways. So I might ask Jill for some help in reading these off. So I would love to see who we have in the audience, Jill.
We have Rhonda. It's changing on me. Okay, we have Rhonda. We have Joan. We have Amy, Jennifer, Christina, Tina, Sanj, Alicia, Randy, Nicole, Veronica, Kaylin, Chaz, Eileen, Mel, A, Amy Robill, Cindy, and Linda.
Wow. Hello to all of you, and please give yourselves a round of applause for just being here. I am so happy to see all of your faces. And
There's still some more.
Okay, and I hope to get to know all of you quite well. So, for those of you that weren't here last week for the first show, let me see myself a little bit. Yeah, there we go. So, those of you that weren't here last week, the show was how to be happy with yourself. And this is part 2 of that show. So, this is time to take action. Now, also, for those of you that don't know me, I will tell you some about me. So this is going to be something completely different when you think about psychic shows and all of that kind of stuff. So I am a psychic, natural born empath. I was born this way. I never took any formal training on my gifts. There's many things I can do, and I try to keep everything simple in this show. One thing, and I know a lot of people want to know if I do this because of Tyler Henry being on the fireside, and we do have some other great mediums on this show. Christy is one, and her show comes on Friday evenings. Now, I have connected to the other side, to people on the other side, but they typically come to me when they have something to tell me. I typically don't seek them out. So that's kind of what I do. Most of you know what a psychic is and what an empath is. So with me, my strength are on the soul. So I'm usually able to connect to a person's soul, who they truly are. And that allows me to help them with many things, because if they're not living their true self, nothing seems to, line up quite right in their lives. There's always something going wrong. There's always something that doesn't feel right. That's where I come in. That's what I can help with. And I'm usually pretty good with it. I'm not bragging or anything, but I'm usually pretty good because I was born this way. So this gift that I have, it's how I communicated. It's how I saw people. It's how I met people. Over the years, I've learned how to protect myself. If you know, empaths take on people's emotions. I've learned to overcome that for the most part. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to do this show. I'd just be a mess. So that's kind of me. So when I do a reading, it's just like this. Like you're sitting on my couch, we're sitting here, we're hanging out, and we're having a conversation. And that's how it's always been for me, if someone wants to know something. So I can help with questions about your careers, about your relationships, about just about anything. Why with relationships, why do your all your relationships just turn out bad? I can help with that. Uh, I can also help with you if your life is going great. Everything's good. You got a great job. You're making great money, lovely home, lovely family, if that's what you want. Everything is great, but yet you still know inside that there's something missing. And that's something I can help you with also. Uh, Now, before we get started, I have a couple of segments. One segment is called Tony's Mind Mashup, and that's where we talk about the topic of the day. And then after that, we do Tony's Soul Reading, where I will open the stage to anyone that wants a reading. One thing I do ask is that you turn on your video. So we're going to invite you to video when you want a reading because it helps if I can see you. And that's kind of how it's going to work. But, everything is relaxed. I am not a mind reader. So for anyone that's concerned that I'm reading their mind, I am not. I am not a mind reader. I don't do that. Thank goodness, because I don't want to read everybody's mind. It's like, ugh, who wants to do that? Gee whiz. Okay, so I've babbled along enough for that. So I want to get into what we did at the end of the last show, which was I gave a call to action for each day of the week to write something down you love about yourself. Just one thing a day. I don't want you to write 10 things in one day. I want you to write one thing each day that you love about yourself. And this is going to help us, all of us, including me, because I'm doing this challenge also, um, realize how much we do love ourselves. Because part of being happy with yourself is loving yourself. So that's what we're going to do. So let me ask my producer, Jill, do you see anyone in the audience from last week? No? Yes? No?
No, I do not.
You do not. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Because it would take me a little bit to go through it. So, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to read my list. There's a fly. There's a fly in here. Oh my gosh. Maybe it's sending me a message. Don't read your list. Maybe. I don't know. Okay. So, for me, being that I do this show on a Tuesday night, the first thing I wrote down for Wednesday is that I love that I'm an empath. Now, that is really a trip to me because I used to think being an empath and having these types of gifts was a curse. I just wanted it to go away. I didn't want it to be there because it interfered with my life so much that this isn't the only reason, but part of the reason is one of the effects of that is I was severely depressed for most of my life. Over 30 years, I was severely depressed. And I no longer am depressed. And I don't take any medications or anything for it. And I've been free of depression for probably, I don't know, five, 6 years now, which is cool. It's great. It's fantastic. Okay. On Thursday, let me see. This is another thing I love about myself is I can fix or repair just about anything. That's that's like a gift I have. If I go to your house and there's something broken, chances are I can fix it zippity zip, no problem. On Friday, another thing I love about myself is that I support my friends, my old friends and my new friends, the friends I've just met. I will do something for my new friends just like I would do for someone that I've known for 20 or 30 years. So I think that's pretty good. I really do love that about myself. The other thing I love about myself is that I respect my wife and I love my wife. That's a big deal because unfortunately, male energy sometimes has a problem with respecting their wives. And men really need to get in touch with that, uh, and really learn to respect their wives. So let's see. On Sunday, what did I do on Sunday? I wrote down, I love that I always try to spread love because I truly do believe we need to love each other for real. Like for real, we have to have some love for each other to try to make this world a better place. And we will get into that in other episodes. That's part of becoming happy with yourself, also. Let's see. What else have I got? Here's another thing. This is a big thing. I love that I try to see someone else's perspective. So whenever someone comes to me and we might have a difference of opinion, I always try to look at it from their point of view. So maybe I can understand them. Maybe that will help the situation. Doesn't mean I will agree with them, but it does mean I will begin to understand them. So which is cool. And then Tuesday, I wrote down, I love that I'm always trying to learn something new. And at my age, a lot of people, they say things like, old dogs don't learn new tricks. Now, I always want to be learning, whether I'm my age now or whether I'm in my 80s or even if I'm in 100 years old, I want to try to learn something else. So that is that. That is what I wrote for the week of what I love about myself. And that's pretty cool. I like that. I like that. Okay, so now we are going to get into Tony's mind mashup. Yeah, we're gonna join our minds and try to see things in the same light. So let's see how that works. Okay, so like I said, I'm going back to how to be happy with yourself. And last week we discussed a few things, or how do you even know whether you're happy with yourself or not? What things are important enough to make you happy, to keep you happy. And, some people maybe it's a job, maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's a car. Really. Uh, Come on. So the deal is all of those things will not make you truly happy. What will make you truly happy is getting in touch with who you truly are, who you were born as. Society changes us. Our parents change us. The way we grow up also changes us. So there's many things that happen in our lives, and especially when we're very young, anywhere from when we're born to when we're 7 years old, our minds soak up so much stuff, so much negative talk, so many things. Like if you grew up in an abusive household, that changes you. It changes you from who you were when you were born. So all of these things that's happened to us in the past, and all the bad relationships, and all the awful jobs, and all of these things play into what we became as we were growing up, what we were changing into. So this isn't, I don't have a one show answer for this. This is going to be ongoing throughout of what we can do to become happy with ourselves. Some of us don't even realize that we're not happy with ourselves. We're just kind of living in a lie to ourselves. If your life can be what you would call perfect, you have all the things that you could want in your life, but you may not be happy. You may not truly be happy. But also now, anyone in the audience, you can ask a question. If you know how to do that, you can hit that Q&A button, or you could hit the plus sign, and that will also request where you can speak. If you hit the Q&A button, you'll see an emoji. You can choose an emoji, type in a comment, and press send. You can also do the same thing with hitting the react button. And remember, you can hit any of the three emojis across the bottom at any time to give a reaction, and I will hear it, and the rest of the audience will hear it. So if no one has any questions or comments, I will move into Tony's soul reading. Yeah, Tony's soul reading. So if anyone has any questions, again, you can come up when you want, just request, kind of raise your hand, and we'll get to it. Now, also, if you want a reading, you have to do the same thing. Or if this will be easier for you, if you want a reading, you can hit the thumbs up sign. So you do that by hitting the reaction button, choose the thumbs up, and press send. You don't even have to press a comment. And again, remember, I'm not a mind reader, so I'm not going to put all your business out on the street for everyone to hear. If there is something sensitive, if there's something that's extremely sensitive that I pick up on, I will kind of bring that up to you, not what it is so everyone can hear, but I will bring it up, and I might say, well, maybe you don't want to talk about this one tonight. So I think we have someone. Let's see, who do we have, Jill?
You have Eileen.
Eileen. Hello, is Eileen on the stage yet?
You said you were going to do that.
I said I was going to do that, but I
Yes.
can't see Eileen right now. Let's see.
Okay,
I see her.
I'll accept it.
I see her. I got it. I've got it. I've got it. And I'm going to need to invite you to video because I need to see you in order to do the reading. And you should be getting an invitation now. So let's see if you see that. Oh, she's on the stage. Jill, can you invite her to video again? Jill's going to send you an invitation to video, and then all you have to do is accept. And then I will be able to see you. I should be able to hear you right now, Arlene.
Hi, I've tried to accept, and it said that the time had expired.
Oh, well, I don't know about that, but I can hear you. Now, there you are. I see you. I see you. And
you removed yourself.
I'm there. I'm watching myself right now. Can you see me, Eileen?
I can. Yeah.
Yes. See, she sees me, but Jill doesn't see me. Isn't that amazing? Well, let me make you a little bit bigger. Oh, hello. I am so excited to see you. So excited to meet you. So this is how I do this. Okay. We're just going to talk for maybe a minute or so. Just things in general. And then at some point I'm going to say, okay, that's enough. And then I'm going to ask you if you have any concerns about anything. So this is what I want to know. I would like to know, because look, we're just sitting here on the couch, relaxing. All is good. So this past week, how was your week? Was it just a normal week? Did you just go to work, come home? Do you work? What was going on this week?
No, it was a week where I felt quite flat in the last few days.
Okay. You felt flat, but what has happened like in your normal week? What goes on? Do you work? Do you stay home? What do you do?
8 months ago, my dad died.
So, I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you. So I've been quite upset about that. I've retired.
Okay.
I look after Mum.
Okay.
I've been a bit sleep deprived lately, and that's because I keep getting woken up just before 3 a.m. each morning, which is the time my dad died.
Okay.
And I didn't really get any sleep last night because my little puppy dogs woke me up at exactly that same time. So I let them out. Yeah, I let them out in case they wanted to go outside, and I saw a 3/4 grown swan dying at my back fence with
oh, that's awful.
Relatives crying for it. So just a bit flat in the last few days.
All right, I have enough. So, with your father, and I don't know if you heard me during the beginning of the show. I do not say that I'm a medium, but people have come to me from the other side. So, with your father, he doesn't want you feeling the way you feel with the pain that you're having because of his passing. I get this, and so I'm not connecting directly to your father, but through you, I can feel his emotion that he's puts towards you. So 3 o'clock is his time to try to connect with you. And you're not feeling it. You're not feeling him. Does that make any sense?
I always think of him.
Yes.
At that time. I always look at the time when I'm woken up and I always know it's him.
Yes. Okay. So you know that it's him, but are you talking to him?
I just feel that he has wanted to tell me something in the last few days because he's just done it constantly for the last few nights.
Yes. So, okay, on the other side, and you are correct. There is something he wants to tell you. Your grief is what's keeping you from receiving that message. So your grief is the block. Okay.
Mhm.
So he's there trying to connect to you, but your grief just keeps you from, and I'm going to say hear it, but what I really mean is feel his message. Okay? Because it may not come in a voice. It may come through a feeling, like through you. For me, just about everything comes through my heart chakra. Okay, because I'm an empath, I guess. So that's the same thing with you. Now you're under a lot of stress also. Taking care of a parent is very difficult. So that alone can make you feel the way you do. I'm going to say melancholy, but it's really closer to depression. It's more, actually, it is more of depression. So you're depressed and you want to talk to your father because there's something that you feel is unresolved with him.
No, I have nothing. The only unresolved thing that I have with him is the way he was treated in the hospital, which I intend looking into and starting today.
Okay. So that is something that is unresolved because you don't feel like you have taken care of him, even though he has passed on. Because there's things that were happening in the hospital that you couldn't fix. That they did. Yeah. So now you're feeling like, but I have to take care of this. I have to take care of this. Because this was my father. This was they did him wrong. They did him wrong. So you're frustrated and you're not able to do what you want, and you feel like you're letting him down. But in reality, I'm going to tell you.
I don't feel like I'm letting him down. I just don't want them doing it to anyone else. I have a suspicion that it's a regular practice.
Okay. But at the same time, you're having this struggle with your father. And I still believe, and I know you just said you don't feel like you're letting him down, but I keep feeling there's a part of you that feels like you did let him down. And now you want to make sure it doesn't happen to anyone else because of, you couldn't do anything about it. Maybe you didn't know what was happening at the time. Maybe you found out after.
No,
but
I was there 24 hours a day, and
you were there 24 hours a day. So you knew what was happening.
Yep.
And you knew there was stuff going wrong. So again, I'm kind of back to what I was saying is that you weren't able to prevent it.
No, I wasn't.
So you did prevent it?
No, I wasn't able to prevent it.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Yes. And that's even harder than if you weren't there. So that's harder on yourself. You're harder on yourself because you were there. You were there. You were doing exactly what you were supposed to do. Now, I don't know, are you a doctor?
No, but I've worked in the field.
Okay. And see, that will cause you to put more stress on yourself. Because I have family members that work in the medical profession also. And, whenever I have to, there's something going on with me physically, and I have to go I haven't been in the hospital for a while, but any medical facility because of what I went through, I would tell them what the doctors would say, and they would say, no, no. I said, but yeah, but my doctor, no. So, as you know, working in the medical field, all doctors are not created equal.
Mm.
And they don't like it when someone like you is around 24 hours.
True.
So I don't know what his condition was. I don't know why. And I don't even need you to tell me what his condition was, because really this is all about you. It's all about you and the pressure that you put on yourself because you were doing all the right things, but yet you weren't able to change the situation. So now that he's on the other side, again, another reason why, yeah, you want to make sure it doesn't happen to anyone else. Yeah, but you also wish you could have prevented it for your father. So the punishment is you punishing yourself. And the deal is your father on the other side, he doesn't want that. He doesn't want that. He doesn't want you to be in pain.
I know that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know at this point what to tell you about how to begin to let that go. Some of it is being an advocate for others. That will help you heal. But we would like to stop the 3 o'clock in the morning thing because you're not getting good sleep and it's affecting your health. It's making you feel awful. You're kind of walking around with a cloud over your head now. And it wasn't like that before. So I need you to try to let your father in. And the way to do that is to forgive yourself. And I mean, seriously, forgive yourself. Just forgive yourself.
I have that much of a problem with me.
Say that again, please.
I'm not really sure that I have that much of a problem with me.
Well, most of us don't think we have a problem with ourselves. This is the truth. I'm fine. But when we get down into it deep, we judge ourselves harder than anyone else. We can walk around and say, I'm good. Go ahead.
I'm not critical of anything that I said or did or anything that I achieved or didn't achieve. That is not what's bothering me. And if he had to pass, that is what is bothering me either.
Okay.
It was the fact that he was denied treatment completely and dignity and everything. From the day they went in, they decided that they weren't going to do one thing to help him, and that's what they fought to do. They just wanted him gone.
Yes,
And they
that's
me or the family, and that's not what he wanted. It's not what any of us wanted, but it didn't matter. So no, I'm not particularly concerned with Dad or me or the family or anyone. I am concerned by a particular doctor and a few nurses.
okay. And I'm sorry, but I'm sorry, but I do have to go back to, you knew all of these things and you weren't able to do anything about it. That's frustrating.
Yes,
It has to be frustrating. That is very frustrating. So that frustration, and especially with your knowledge of the medical field, that's what's in you. The pain of that.
Yes,
And
it was frustrating, very frustrating. Yeah.
yes, and but that pain creates a blockage. So when I say, hey, your father doesn't want you to be in that pain.
Yes, I agree. He wouldn't.
He doesn't want it. So I'm telling you, the way to start to release some of that is just by forgiving yourself. All of us are only human. We're only human. We are not perfect at all. Not at all. So we need to give ourselves just a break. We need to ease up on ourselves. Because your father on the other side, seeing you in this much pain, he doesn't want it. So that's why he keeps coming back. And there's nothing wrong with him coming back. But the message probably is, and I've gotten this messages from a lot of people on the other side. And it's okay. It's okay. He knows you tried to do everything you could, but it's okay. And I'm not saying stop being an advocate. Continue to be an advocate. Because that's just good work. These are the things we're supposed to do as people on this earth. But forgiving yourself and just lighten up on yourself and realize it's okay.
I haven't been that bad. It's just other factors occurring lately that make it a bit cumulative. I have good days and good weeks, and then other factors make it cumulative, and so I sort of go up and down a bit.
Yeah, but that's no fun.
No, I've had many better times here.
Yeah, that's not a lot of fun. Look, like I said earlier, if you heard me, I was depressed for over 30 years. And I can say the same thing that you just said. Oh, I've had good times. Sometimes things were great. And then they weren't. For absolutely no apparent reason. They just weren't. I used to drive a 18-wheeler across the country. Started when I was 22 years old. I did it for almost 40 years. And you know why? Because I was depressed. It was the perfect job for me to stay away from people. I stayed away from my family. I stayed away from friends. Sometimes I just disappear for months because I didn't want to be around people. So I understand depression. I understand we have some good days and some bad days. I understand that. But
I think that's what my brother is doing now. Literally what you're describing.
Yeah. So, I didn't hear you just then.
So that worries me a little bit too.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, really just picture it. Act like you're outside of yourself looking in. Picture it. Oh, yeah, life isn't that bad. Everybody has bad days and good days and all of this, but I can feel it in you. I can feel it in you whether you tell me it's not that bad. I still feel it in you. And the person that I'm seeing right now is the person that's in pain. It's not the person that is just happy with life, just happy to be here. And all of these things, all of these life things, they just keep piling up. We got something else here. We got your mother to take care of. You got your brother you're concerned about. You've got trying to make things right in the hospital system with just and really I understand this because if there's an elderly person, it's like they just throw them away. They just throw that person away. They're not worth it. So that infuriates me. Infuriates me. I'm also an artist. I create art out of discarded items. Partly the reason I do that is because I believe so many things in this life have a purpose, especially human beings. It doesn't matter if they're 90 years old or 100 years old, they still have value.
Definitely.
And for another human being to decide they're not worth it because of their age, it just blows my mind.
Very arrogant.
Yes, it just blows my mind. It's insane. And I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But getting back to you, I want, and I've already said this, but I want you to just try to forgive yourself. When you wake up, and I know this is going to sound crazy, and my producer says I don't ever need to say crazy. So I take crazy back. But this may sound odd. But the next time you wake up at 3:00 and your dogs wake up at 3:00, I want you to say out loud, I forgive myself. Maybe say it 3 times, maybe say it 4 times. Say it as many times as you need it, as you need to say it, but just say it. It can't hurt.
Okay.
Yeah, if it doesn't help, okay, it didn't help.
Okay.
But if it does help, that's a great thing.
It is.
And you can
got no problem with that. That's fine. I'll do
yeah,
that.
so if you can try that would make me very happy, and I'm sure it would make your father very happy, and hopefully it can make you happy too, and just take some of this weight off of you, because it's kind of this is how I see it. It's like pushing down on you and pushing down, and how can a person take that much pressure constantly? Eventually something's going to give.
Yeah.
So if saying I forgive myself would be great.
Okay, I'll definitely do it.
Wonderful. Thank you. You see how happy I get? I'm like, wonderful. That makes me so happy. Now I think this is the first time you've smiled.
Yeah,
the whole time.
Talking. I'm normally not that bad, but seriously, yeah.
Fabulous. Well, I think I have someone else in the audience that would like a reading. And but thank you so much for coming. And if that helps, come back next week and
Okay.
we can talk.
Thank you for your kindness and your thoughtfulness and your perseverance.
You know, I knew you were a very smart woman from the moment I saw you. And I'm saying that because you realized how persistent I was with you, where other times that usually works for you on getting people to back down. So thank you. Yeah, this is good. Okay. Do you know how to get off the stage? If not, I think my producer will take care of it for you. I think we'll see. So all of a sudden, you just may pop off, but you'll still be in the audience. You'll still be in the audience, so you'll still be able to hear me. And again, thank you so much again for being so vulnerable. And I know it's difficult to do this, and so thanks again.
No, I appreciate your help and time. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Let's see. And there is, and Jill is working on it. And there, hey, it happened. It happened. So, my beautiful producer, who do we have next?
Well, Anna Leanne had a thumbs up, which is the emoji you asked for people.
Oh, but she just may have been saying thumbs up. Yeah.
She might have been.
She may not want to come to the stage.
So Anna Leanne, if you would like a reading, I have sent you a request. So all you have to do is hit the accept button if you would still like a reading.
Yeah, and if not, it's okay. You can change that emoji. No, I don't want you to change it to a thumbs down, but you can just change it to something else, like a heart or something. I don't know.
She's on the stage.
Oh, wonderful, 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 wonderful. And Jill, did you? I'm sure you did. Jill's going to send you an invitation to come to video.
But you can talk to her while I'm getting that together.
And it's Anna Leanne? Is that correct? Oh, cool.
Just Anna.
Just Anna? Anna will work. That is great. So Jill's working on sending. Ah, there you are. It's Anna. Hello, Anna. I can see you. I can see you now. Yes, that's, yeah. There we go. Cool.
Hi.
All right. Hi. Why do you need to speak to me? You don't look like you need to speak to me. Let's see.
I don't know.
No, you're actually pretty good. There's a little something.
Tell the rest of us what that means when you say really good.
Well, so the audience knows when I see people, so I can do it from a picture. Sometimes I do it with just a voice. I never know what's going to trigger me connecting to that person. So that's why usually I'll start having just a conversation, like we're sitting on the couch, and something will come through. In your case, it's like coming through pretty quickly. So I instantly know that you're really kind. You're happy most of the time. You're like the person people want to be around because you have this positive energy about you. So that people want to be around you. They want to be close to you. When it comes to any concerns you may have, it seems like the concerns are not for you, that the concerns are for someone else. And so with that, I'm going to stop. But what I am going to tell you is when you have a concern for someone else, which is fine, there's nothing wrong with that, but it can affect you. Sometimes it will affect a person in a negative way because of how much concern they have for this other person, this loved one that's going through some stuff. So I always say that this show is about you. So even though your concern is for someone else, my concern is about you and how you handle that. So I've did most of the talking now. So I want to know what is your concern?
I am raising my 3-year-old grandson now, who lost both parents to suicide.
Oh, I am so sorry to hear that. I am terribly sorry to hear that. I don't need to know the details on how that happened.
Mm-mm. Yeah. Mm-mm.
Okay. I do have to ask you a question. Kind of a question. I don't know. Let's see how it comes out. So with raising you said grandson, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
How does it make you feel when you see, interact, and I know this is non-stop, with your grandson?
I'm scared. I have a lot of fear.
Fear of
Messing up.
Oh, you're not gonna mess up. that one's easy. You're not gonna mess up. That's all good. You're not gonna mess up with that. That's an easy one to answer. You are not gonna mess up with your grandson. That is all good. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But what you need to be careful of is how you're handling their deaths. That's probably the biggest issue. So you've got your grandson. You're good with that. So just keep doing what you're doing. Everything is fine. Okay? It's all good. No problem. But we want to keep you
Yeah.
healthy. We want to keep you healthy.
Mm-hmm.
So the doubts that you have with their deaths, the doubts of whether you could have done something, the doubts of the questions of where are they?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest question. It's when I said that, it just started hitting me in the head. Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? If I start crying, it's because I'm feeling your emotion. Because I am an empath. So I feel you coming through. I feel the pain. I feel the grief. And you're still being their mothers. Even though you were mother-in-law to one, you're still being mom. and you want to take care of them, and you want to make sure they're okay. Now, a lot of people that do what I do, when it comes to suicide, they take a step back and they don't want to tell you anything because it's such a taboo area. So, what I can tell you is that, and you'll find that I use this word, I used it just a few minutes ago, that they're okay. They're okay. So I'm not saying that, they're in heaven dancing on the clouds or anything like that,
Yeah. Yeah.
but they're
No.
okay.
They better not be right now.
Yeah, they're okay.
Yeah.
They have lessons to learn.
Yes. Yes, I agree.
And, time on the other side is different. Time is relative. So we don't know how long that's going to be. We don't know. We just don't know. Okay. Well, let's say I don't know. All right. But they are okay. And they have lessons to learn. And that's okay as long as they're there, they're learning lessons.
Yeah.
The things they did incorrectly while they were here. And like I said, this show, I focus on you. I try not to focus on them. So as long as you know that they're okay, they're just okay. They're good. They're good.
It's good to hear you say that like that. You're the first person that has said that kind of like resonates with that's how I feel. I don't want to, and that's how I'm trying to like, like sugarcoat it, like, how people get this thing where, oh, they're in heaven and they're all fine. No, they're not. They're, they have
No,
lessons to learn. They have
yeah,
lessons to learn. I know they're okay. But I do believe that they have lessons to learn and that, you know, yeah, and that,
yeah,
they're going to come back and yeah, they have to, yeah.
yeah.
I,
And and
I
and
just,
when
yeah.
I'm gonna step out on a limb, and I know I've never done this before, but I'm gonna step out on a limb. When they get better, they'll give you a sign. I don't know what that is, but some kind of way they'll give you a sign. Um, I'll give you an example. Um, my mother died many years ago. Many, many, many years. I don't know what, 15 years ago, maybe. And I knew she was never going to come around to see me because her life was kind of rough, just for herself. Okay. With depression and, stuff and physical health and all of that. So I knew once she got to the other side, she wasn't gonna come see me. She would stay over there. It's much nicer on the other side than it is here. Um, and then one day, and I have contacted my father on the other side, and he died before my mother, I mean. And one day, I'm in the kitchen with my wife, and I start telling, I know this is going to sound weird, but we lived in a very small house, and my mother was coming out of the attic with like empty shoe boxes, and she fell. She fell all the way down the stairs, and we could hear her, and we could hear shoe boxes falling and all of that. And then she lands at the bottom of the steps, right where my brother and I was. Mom, you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. Then what do you think we did? We just laughed, laugh, because she was okay. She kind of just slid down the steps on her butt, and and we just laughed. But then over the years after that, that was our big joke. Even my mother would laugh about it. Remember when I fell down the steps and you two boys didn't do anything but laugh at me? And and I'm telling my wife that story, and all of a sudden, I just started laughing. I couldn't even finish the story. I started laughing hysterically for at least 10 to 15 minutes straight. And I could feel my mother. That was the first time she came directly to me and she gave me a laugh, because that day I don't remember what was happening, but something had me in a really bad mood, and the mood changed just like that. So that's what I'm saying. When they start getting better, they're going to send you some type of message. So it may not be laughter, but it may be something else that you all shared, that will touch you in a certain way, and you might be, well, why am I crying and smiling at the same time? You'll know that was them. Yeah. So I hope that helped.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
I am glad. And your grandson is lucky and blessed to have you. And he
Thank
is
you.
going to be a really positive person. So just keep giving him what you give him. Don't stop. That's all you need to do. Just be you.
Good.
Just be you.
Good.
And all will be good.
Good. Thank you. That really helped.
Well,
Thank
you're
you. Thank you
welcome.
very much.
You
Thank
are
you.
very
I love
welcome.
it.
And I know people aren't going to believe me when I say this. I've been avoiding doing this publicly for most of my life. I've been reading people probably since I was in my 20s and giving them readings, but passively. I never have come out to the public before. And now that I am, it just fills me with joy. It just feels so. I'm saying thank you to you, just for trusting in me, with your soul. That's how I see it. So thank you so much, Anna.
Oh, thank you. I
All
love
right, and I think,
it.
and we're right at about an hour. I try to keep this show at an hour. So please come back and see me next week. And you can just come in and say hi. You don't have to want anything. Like I say, I try to create the atmosphere. You come over to a friend's house, you visit, sit on the couch, talk about stuff, and we're all good. So and I love seeing you smile and laugh and keep all of that energy. It's wonderful. It's
Yeah.
infectious.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Do you know how to take yourself down the stage, off the
Yes,
stage?
I
You
think
do?
so. Let's see. Yeah.
There. Yes, you did
Yes.
do it. Excellent. 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 Well, cool. I'm going to give one more time. If anyone has a concern or a question or even a statement, feel free to bring it up now. Otherwise, the show is going to be over. Poof. Gone into thin air. Any more questions from anyone at all? And I think that's a no. So, we're going to start closing this out, Chill. But I still would like everyone to write down one thing each day until next Tuesday a thing that you love about yourself. We're not talking about other people, things you love about other